Hello, good day, everyone, all over the world, and especially Finland, because I know my audience will be mostly in Finland and Philippines. First of all, I'm expressing my sincere gratitude to all my subscribers. Thank you for your kindness and especially for taking time to attend this event. I do hope the very best on each one of you here. May God bless you more. For those who haven't subscribed yet, please share your full love and support because you are helping the jobless person here. Living in the remote countryside in Finland means less job opportunity for foreigner like me, especially I am not fluent in their language. Finnish language is considered the fifth most difficult language in the world. So I have lived here about 33 years since 1988 and I still couldn't perfect. So I'm still like my still basic Finnish. There's a lot of words I couldn't understand yet. And I could hardly understand even a joke. So I'm struggling especially with my writing also. And so now I am a student or media student, hoping I could find an online job like YouTube and as one of the solution to solve my situation of joblessness. Please bear with me as I am not fluent in English, Tagalog, and Bisaya. That's because I've been speaking to my husband before when came to Finland and when I travel to America. Some people think I have um, because I follow American accent. But now I think I lost that accent. I've been speaking with my husband doesn't really speak um, English, so I have to. That's how I learn my Finnish, and he never correct my Finnish language. So but at least I'm glad I can communicate, and yes, that's why. And right now also because I'm so shy with public speaking, so I might be I'm like my face is red. I'm nervous actually, to be honest. So I'm just practicing right now to boost my confidence, and I hope um, you understand that. And I hope every day I get better and better. So one day at a time. So there's daily improvement. Kindly write your questions below what topic you would like to discuss, and I will try to answer the best I can basing on what I've read and my experience and others, but without mentioning names. Um, Shout out to Bityang who and Andrea Nguyen who already um, post a message earlier, and to Bian's TV as well. Hello, Moika. Moika is a Finnish word for hello, and that's often used in Tampere. In Helsinki, they say more often like hey. There was someone asking me today about how to come to Finland, the ways of coming to Finland. I will wait for her message or to give me signal that she's already here. But we can start talking about that. How ways of how to take your relatives to, if you want, to come to Finland legally. So we can start with if your daughter, if you have underage children, you can take them here to Finland, but you have to the immigration always check with your salary, and every I don't really remember with the exact amount um, that one should be earning to be able to get her child here. It's about your income also. So it's actually, I would advise to take your partner first to Finland, and then you will have a total amount of earnings. Then you can get the child easier. And also, I remember also that you can if, for example, you want your grandparent. Oh no, mother. Let's. I mean, here in Finland, family means father, mother, and children. Not like in Philippines that it's a big family. But here it just mean it's a very small. If you what's that, sanakirya? Vocabulary for family here in Finland is very small. And those who are over already 18 years old, they are already considered adult. So if you want to take your children, underage children, then you can apply for them. Check on the immigration how much is the minimum salary that they require that you will be able to take your child here in Finland, underage child in Finland. And some people are actually taking their older parents. For example, one parent, because no one could look after them, and if you're the only child, for example, if you're the only child and then nobody's taking your mother who is alone there in Philippines, you can actually take them with a good reason. It's like taking a child here to live with you. But I think you have to promise the immigration that you will support your mother, not depending the um, what's this benefit, um, the benefit. I think there's a limit for that. I think the first year you cannot depend. The first 5 year that you cannot depend anything for the benefit. But there's a chance that you can also apply your to become a resident permit. Then that everything will change, and then even they can also apply for Finnish citizenship. I know someone who came here. She take her mother. She's already in her retirement age, and she take her mom, who's already like 80 years old, 85 years old, and she she couldn't hear anymore that her mother, and she um but she applied for Finnish citizenship also, and she got Finnish citizenship, and actually she was buried here actually. So hello Eliza Angeles, good evening there also. About dogs, Madam, for children. um you mean documents for children? I cannot really remember all the details for children. Um, I think you need, if for example, that both parents here in Finland, then you don't have to worry about the custody. But if the parents are separated, one in Finland and one in Philippines, then you need a custody for the children to be able to come here to Finland. And I'm talking about only underage children under 18 years old. And there are also single moms who are married in, who are not married, and they have a child in Philippines and they want to take it here in Finland. It's always a problem if that child have the is using the family name of the boyfriend. But if that child is using the same family name as the mother, then it's easier to take. So I will advise to all single moms out there that don't put your child's family name to your boyfriend's, because it's really, if you want to go abroad later, then it's really difficult to um uh what's that, make apply for your child. You need to help from the lawyer, legal help from the lawyer for that. And if your child is already adult, so over eight, that's, we're talking about 18 above, so then they need a job, to a contract from Finland, and that will help them. It should, the contract should be placed that it should be a full-time job. A work should be 5 times a week, at least minimum of 37.5 hours in a week. So it should be a really full-time job, and it should, immigration requires the minimum salary for that employee in the contract. It should be at least 1,300 euros. A bit less than, but I don't remember the exact. It's something like 1,200 something. But if so, if less than that, then it's possibility that's one reason that the immigration will deny your application. Hello, Ronda Navarro. Yes, thank you for coming and supporting. And to Maya D channel, hello, welcome, listening. So, um, please write, if you want some topics that you want to discuss, please um, place your, write your question there, or if you know the answer also, because I admit that I'm possibly outdated with my information. So please also, you can share the answer so others will know. And if I forgot to say something, please also um, share the answer or share the other words. Mm. Hello, Eliza Angeles. You have any questions for me? So, tanong ko po kung pwede po makapunta anak ko dito, 21 years old po na boy. The only way he can, there's three ways that he can come, either tourist, and I think the maximum for tourist visa is 3 months. It used to be 6 months before, but I think they lower it to 3 months. And then second way of coming to Finland is student. But I think the student, if they are trying to take, for example, a course, a professional course like 4 year course, 3 years course, then the education ministry, they required for foreigners to have about 6,000 per year for their pocket money. I am not sure with that, but it used to be 6,000 per year. And I think they can also have like discount at school food. And the libraries here in Finland are free use. And materials at school are normally free. The teachers will give materials, or in Finland when the students have, it's really high tech that the students can have they can use computers, fast computers. And the other thing, the other way is taking him to work in Finland. You should find him. He can apply. He can apply for work in Finland. And we have chatted earlier about he's an IT, information technology graduate. So there's in Finland actually. I remember that there are actually, they call it baby booms. It's about 100,000 babies, and those babies are getting old at the same time. So that's why they are taking employees abroad, like cooks, chefs. But actually, Finland realizes that they need also other employees. So that's the good thing. That's why there's a lot Filipinos coming here with those professions. But actually, you can also, in IT, there's a lot of companies also have English speaking, uh, like as a main language in their company. So he can actually look for that job. If you search for, there are several websites for job hunting. You can go to Uris. I will write it for you. So you can search it in internet. Uris. This is actually a entire Europe website for job opportunities. But if you are not European citizen, then you cannot register there as a job. You cannot leave your CV. You cannot register. But it is open for public. That it is open for public, and you can search there. They have contacts there, and you can actually the language there you can choose from English, German, Russia, whatever. You just choose the language, and then what profession you are trying to take. I'll write it now. Juris. It's European job. European job mobility portal. So there's a lot actually of selection. European Mobility Job Portal. I'll search also for that website. Just a moment. So here's the link for the URIS. There. That's the entire Europe website for. And for those who have already Schengen visa in Finland, you can also go there. And if you want to change country, you can also visit there. I think you have to fill up what job, if you want permanent or part time. You have to fill up a bit, and so you will lessen the search. So it's you can search directly for what kind of job. And also in Finland, um, actually there's many companies actually accept trainings from other countries. So that's also another opportunity. I think they give only allowance for the trainees. I don't know what they provide, but I think that's a good start. So there's possibility that he can practice first if he goes for training first, and then if the company likes the way he works and how hardworking he is, then there's possibility the company will hire him as permanent worker. And that's another way of coming to Finland for your son. Especially IT is very in demand all over the world, that information technology. Actually, if your son is listening right now, Finland is a very nice country. It's really, really nice to work here because it's very safe, less crime, and it's a very honest country, and very clean. Eliza Angles, opo, IT po siya. Maybe next year po, graduate na po siya. Yes, it's best he finish that um, course. It's really good. And also, to apply here abroad, he have to prepare the CV. They call it curriculum vitae, or in French word they call it resume. I write it for you, so you can search, because in Philippines I think they use biodata, or biodata for apply, but CV. If your son apply for a company, he have to submit the CV, and then also an application letter on why he wants to work there. CV means curriculum vitae, or resume. Yes, but do not write biodata. Just resume or CV, curriculum vitae. That's very European. Hello, Angelo. Welcome for listening. Welcome here. I think you should also apply the passport in Philippines. Do you have a passport already? And then after that, you can already actually start applying for training because you need to send so many application to companies, as many as possible. So, and when you check the description in when you're applying for a job, I mean the ads, job ads, you always need to check the description, and with your application letter you have to a bit um, answer that um, what is in that description. So if they said that we want knowledgeable in like this or like that, then you also says there or what that company needs. Yeah, that's good. It's actually 10 years validity passport in Philippines. Is it? It's an yeah. Mm. Some people actually you can I will advise also that to Angelo that you can um, study here or just go to training right away. Maybe just because the standard in Finland might be different in Philippines. May I ask where in Philippines are you? Hello to Finai. Thank you for coming. Welcome. So I think that's in Manila. That's more advanced there, mostly the teaching. So I think it's you have a good chance actually if you study in Manila for IT. There's a lot of actually Filipinos who get in, like for example ABB, and I know also someone he doesn't speak English at all, and I mean he speaks English. He doesn't speak Finnish at all, and he speaks English, and he have special knowledge about the SIM cards, and he got a job, and he got also his family here, and IT is very good, have good salary, so it's easy also actually to if you take your girlfriend later, because the salary is very good. But I think you need to know also here in Finland, you need to know also the rights as an employee and um and your obligation as an I mean yes, and your obligation and rights as an employee. Here in Finland, um, people actually practices here equality, and as much as possible no slavery yeah, it's not allowed here. So in Finland we have this working act that you if you work you can work only 7.5 hours a day for 5 days a week, and maximum of that is 8 hours 8 hours a day to in 5 days a week. People who work actually 8 hours a day, in 1 month, they have actually extra 1.5 day off. So if you work overtime, then there are extra payments for those. And if you work Sunday, it's double pay. But with IT, I think they work only like weekdays mostly. Pwede na po ba akong mag-apply po ng training visa? Kahit undergraduate pa po. But you can start hunting. You can start already hunting. So the more you hunt, the more knowledgeable you are. And mostly in Finland, they don't like someone apply for them. It's the same as applying students here in Finland. Finnish companies, they like you personally apply for them, to them, not someone else. So you really need to be active and to show that you're interested. Here in Finland, for example, someone is applying to study as a nurse. They actually the schools actually screen them, especially in big cities. Like there could be applicants from 400 to 500, and then they screen that students who are really seriously want to finish that school, and they could choose like they end up like they choose only 20 to 30 students out of so many applicants. So you can start hunting so you get experience, Angelo. Hello, yo Kukarpinen. Hello, doing good. Perfect. Thank you for visiting. The first day when I was here, um, my live streaming, my camera didn't work, and yesterday. But anyway, I feel like I have more new confident every day. Eliza, Angeles, and Angelo, do you have more question? Anyone else there? And wants some? I need to ask some questions. I'll try to answer. Um, in about applying abroad, it's not all the places have really in Europe that are good salary, safe. So mostly Scandinavian countries is good. England, Ireland. I'll just mention some. Malta is also good place. They have good salaries there, and it's very nice place. And Iceland, um, Austria, Switzerland, Germany. Italy, I don't really recommend. Lots of Philippine, Italy, and Spain, I don't really recommend. But I just heard that maraming TNT doon, kaya ayaw kong i, ano doon, huwag kayong punta doon. But syempre, it's nice to have vacation there. They have really nice places in Italy and Spain. Tapos sa Hungary, huwag din kayong punta doon, sa Russia. Angela said, meron pa po bang ibang way maliban po sa training visa na mas madaling makapunta po sa Finland. Um, of course, you can find work, but at the moment, actually, it's a little bit difficult to say with the situation right now because it's COVID. There's about 70,000 Finnish was laid off lately. I mean, when the COVID started, there was about 70,000 workers laid off. So, so to apply right now, I mean, hopefully next year will be better. Just on time, Angelo graduates. Some do, some do apply here as tourists, and then they just hope by luck they get a job. But actually, the immigration always says that you have to wait in in your country, you know. But it's possible if you really have a good. Sometimes the immigration will, for example, if you apply um, for other jobs, I mean the job should be unique that um, you will be hired. So, for example, like cleaners, there's so much cleaners coming here to Finland. It's because not many Finnish people like to clean, and so they really check. Um, so, for example, the labor office, there's a lot of jobless work, jobless in that certain profession. So the the immigration will not probably take from other country. They want to employ their own uh, the people living in Finland first before they will agree to before the immigration will agree to take a foreigner coming to Finland. So that's always the case. And that's why sometimes the application is denied. And Eliza asks, sabi ko nga po sa anak ko, much better na graduate na po siya at ng IT bago siya mag-tour po dito. That is very good advice for your son. I really agree for that. You really need to finish your course, then you have a paper to uh, when you apply for the company, hey, I'm a new training, I just graduate. The companies actually likes new graduates, believe me. So you really need to finish your studies, and also you know you do also extra self study so you have more knowledge. There's a lot of tutorial actually at YouTube, internet. There's a lot of tutorial that can also help you also with your profession. And you can also, when you start searching for a job, you can check what they need as employee here abroad. Other jobs available here in Finland, there's a lot of need with welders. There's about all over Finland, there's about 200 different companies looking for welders, and many of these companies are willing to train welders actually to work for their company, even unexperienced. Because we had a tour. I know about this because we had a tour at school, and the boss was telling us about that. The boss of that metal factory was telling us about that situation. And I also look in the internet, um, in the job um, in the job search. I also look. There's really a lot. Angelo says, thank you po. Try ko din po yung pag-apply ng tourist visa, then apply any work. It's best. It's really best if you take time, Angelo. But of course, you miss your mother. I understand. Anyone else? I'm I'm mentioning the other topics also um, from the other days because I noticed that there's new audience here. So I actually I think this is the most we talk about the salary now here in Finland. Um, the salaries is always paid twice a month, every 2 weeks, or once a month. That's the normal way of it, paying, and it's paid in the bank, so it's really official. And from your salary, of course, the company should give you kind of what's this payslip that it shows there how much you earn for that month or week, 2 weeks, and how much deducted from your um, how much are deducted from your salary. There's usually deductions from your salary like this vero, the taxes, and elakimakso, that's the retirement pension. So when you work here in Finland, you are slowly paying for your pension. So when retirement age in Finland is between 63 and 65, and when you um, when you retire, then uh, that's they calculate how many years you have worked in Finland, and there's a calculation then how much you will be getting um, when you get old. So the more years you pay for that, the more pension you will get. But actually, you can also start your own private pension if you think you started too old here in Finland. You started working too old, and so you have little pension. You always get information about pension when I think every year that they I think from I don't remember from Ilmarinen, uh, and if you can apply probably in Fenya for like private pension and other insurance company there like Tapiola, you can apply uh, for private pension. And what's also taken from your salary is the Sairaus, like insurance, self insurance, in case you got sick. So that's where Kelag actually comes. You get discount when you go to the doctor, public health doctor, public health center. I mean, um, and then you get discount from Kela also for the medicines, what is prescribed by doctors. And then um, those Lutheran people, they also get this Kerko church tax. And about the TV license, I mean, there's usually a TV license. You have to pay. Every house have to pay TV license, but now it's been deducted to once a year. Every person is a must to pay once a year 185 euro. About, I'm not sure about the price, but that's about 185 euro. Every year we pay for that. Actually, every person who lives in Finland, adult people lives in Finland, pays that 185. And by the way, I've heard some people that the employers are keeping their passports. You should not, you should report that to police if your which this your passport is taken by your employer. You should keep your own passport. Your passport is your life. And if you're abroad, you should make sure that it's always valid. Consider is at your is Consider the passport as your life. Without it, you will be in big trouble, believe me. So you don't want that if you're living, you're not in your own country. Always keep your passport updated. And to renew your passport, renew it 6 months before it expired. So always be attentive to your own document. It's a very important document. By the way, the visa, they always give some kind of a card, and that's the visa. It's not posted. I think the working visa, it's not posted in the passport, except for probably for tourist visa. It's stamped inside the passport. So Angelo, gusto ko lang po talaga makapunta sa Finland kasi alam ko po may pag-asa po diyan at makatulong sa pamilya ko. I'm glad you have that determination to come to Finland. My precious boys, hello po. Welcome, welcome. I hope everyone find a good lesson for, lesson. You have learned something, Yes, and about again for if you are a worker, it's also really important for you to belong in union. That's a trade union. And you can choose if you're with the professional trade union, then it can be deducted straight from your salary. You will fill up a form and you will agree there that it can be deducted from your salary. But there's also this back to trade union, the professional. um, this trade union, amatilito in Finnish, it can be there are legal assistance. You can get legal assistance if you are abused from work, like you are not paid well, you are not paid from your overtime. It's like you're doing overtime, like including Sundays and like this. It's like they're abusing you. So you can ask help from the union, and there's our lawyers there that can help you. The union is always in the side of the employee. So it's really important you join to the union. And also, I think most union, they required that you have to be a member first for certain months, probably 6 to 8 months. It depends on the union. Um, Before they can really give you legal assistance. So you really need to belong in union as soon as possible. So just like now, there's COVID and many people laid off. So the union can actually pay you better than the regular unemployment office. I mean the TEKESCOs. The union can pay you better. I think that's about 70% of your salary you can get, but from the union. So that's quite good actually. Because if unemployment, you probably get about 500, 600 euro monthly. While in union, you can get more. And I think it used to be before. I'm not sure, okay, because they could have changed the rules. But it used to be that if you are laid off from work, you don't have job. So the union will give you about 1 year to find a job, and they will pay you that unemployment money. But I don't know now if it has already changed, because actually there's now lots of unemployed right now. The rules could have changed, but it used to be like 1 year they will give you 1 year time to find a new job. And there's another kind of trade union. It's not a trade union because trade is more on amatilito. There's that general labor union. They call it YTK. That's any profession can join there. It's translated in Finnish, Ylinen Työttömyyskassa. I don't know what's the K. Yeah, K is kassa. Yes, Ylinen Työttömyyskassa is YTK. I am actually a member there. And the YTK don't have legal service. They if you're unemployed, then they will help. They will pay you. And if you're laid off, they will also pay you. About holidays in Finland, when you're working in Finland, 1 full year, you really have to work without holiday. The first full year, and this applies to all permanent jobs, like 5 days a week, 7.5 to 8 hours a day, and then you're entitled to have 5 weeks holiday in 1 year. So that means four weeks during summertime and 1 week during winter time. And I'm thinking, I'm nervous. And after that payment will be every year. Actually, you can actually take also, if your boss agrees, then you can also take no paid holiday. But I think if you take also most often, like no, you know, often no pay holiday, it might not be good. But anyway, there's this word vuorotilovapa in Finnish, and it used to be before, if you have worked 10 years, But now they have changed the law, the rule that if you will have worked 20 years in the same company and your permanent job, you can actually avail the Voro Telobapa. And you can take off for 6 months paid, and you're paid with that 6 months time that you're taking a holiday. Angelo Angeles say, thank you, big help po, mga advice niyo po, lalo na sa mga hindi pa po nakapunta dyan sa Finland. Mm-mm. Angelo, I hope you have also idea with the working terms here in Finland. So I'm discussing also about the salary and what's your rights. And I hope this is really nice here in Finland because of this. They take care of their employees. It's more on equality. This is the country where, for example, cleaner can earn about the same salary as office worker, like unskilled work, not unskilled, but like secretarial office worker. It's about the same as the cleaner, the monthly salary. And the restaurant is about the same, the about the same. The taxist could earn about 2,000 a month, same as the, and the garbage collector could earn well also. So there's the government here really takes care that every person can survive. So there is not really beggar here in Finland. Most people living here are mostly middle class. Um, Above the Catholic Church in Finland, they don't deduct anything from you, but if you have a kind heart to help your own Catholic Church, then you can donate. Actually, that's how they survive with your donation. Can everyone in the audience shout out from what country are you from? Angelo, lahat po ba ng company sa Finland open ang Pinoy po? Po, um, not really. It depends. It depends also on the company. In Finland, we're only about 7,000 Filipinos here right now. And mostly it's spread around, but the more Filipinos lives in Vantaa, Espoo, and Helsinki. Angelo, shout out from Philippines. Liza, how many years have you lived in Finland? Eliza. I hope Angelo and Eliza, I hope I answered your questions. Is there any more in the audience? Any questions? About I would like to say that about cleaners, it's a really in Finland. It's really don't never be ashamed if you are a cleaner in Finland. Never be ashamed because here in Finland, a cleaner could actually, if you have own even cleaning company, you can. It's people charge when you have a cleaning company. Um, you charge people for between 30 to 45 euros per hour. So never those who think cleaners are never put them down. Really, cleaner is a decent job. I actually came here in Finland as a cleaner. So I'm proud of that was my stepping stone. And I'm actually proud of that in a sense. In Philippines, I don't even clean. I just lay down in bed and before I came here, I just lay down in bed, study, go eat and eat, sleep, and watch TV and play only. I don't even know how to cook. I don't know how to clean, but I am glad to actually learn cleaning. It helps me a lot in my everyday while living in the house. I know how to tidy my house. In every workplace, in every workplace, we always need to clean after ourselves. Even in the office, you have to throw your own garbage. You just don't, no cleaner will, um, you have to be responsible. And here in Finland also, when you go to restaurant, you always eat in a tray and then you put it away where you put you take it away from the table where you eat and put it in the dishwashing place and separate the tray, plates, and cubiertos, the utensils. They're really disciplined here, and um, that is also because there's less workers here in Finland in every place. And also in Finland, people doesn't really need to give tip because everyone, even waitress here earns enough, and that is good. Unlike USA, waitress there depend on tips, but and Philippines also, but here in Finland, waiters doesn't really depend on tip. They have enough salary to live by, and that is good. And when you go to eat, they doesn't always require tip. It's in your heart if you want to give tip, but it's always not necessary you give tip. I remember going to Italy. Um, they didn't want to actually entertain me that restaurant. Probably, I don't know, Pinoy. uh, and and some countries, not just Italy. I also noticed some discrimination. I sit there in the restaurant and they didn't want to serve me. I've waited for a long time. Nobody come to near me. You know, I have money. I live in Finland. I have money, but no one want to serve me. It's not nice, really. Um, but probably because many Pinoys doesn't really give tips. I don't know. But here in Finland, it's really comfortable to go shopping. No one is watching you. Everyone here is honest. So we also need to be honest. Oh, um, there's a lot of Eliza. Mag 3 years na po this December. Okay. Yeah. I don't know anymore about this. How many years the permanent residency? I remember in my time that if you are married to Finn, then you can apply for permanent residency after 3 years, and then if you are a worker in Finland, you can apply for permanent residency after 5 years of living in Finland. But I think that has changed already, so I will not talk about that so much. Maybe I think it's a bit longer now. Ronda Navarro, shout out from Helsinki, Finland. Thank you for your support again, as always. I will finish in 1:20. I mean, I mean 8:20 finish time. So that's about 20 minutes, 10 minutes from now. Because I'm going to school tomorrow, and I need to wake up. So we'll discuss something a little bit more. Um, I'm checking my notes here. What I haven't discussed yet. Oh, let's just talk about um, your rights as an employee. Your rights as an employee. You have the right. Yeah, you have the right to be protected. So make sure you have a proper work contract with all necessary details like your working hours. So when you make a contract, uh, when with the employer, make sure all the details, the working hours there, your pay, the wages or salary. You have to make sure all that details there. And if they don't follow, and you can complain in the union. And if you still don't have the union, you can complain in SAC. I will put here SAK, SAK dot FI. And I think I will check the meaning of that SAK. Oh, I think I read it here somewhere. So if your employer is not paying you, you can go to SAC and tell about your employer not paying your tax or not paying you your overtime. And when you're a new worker, always get take a notebook and write all your working hours so you can track down your working hours, put the date, what you have do. I cannot see the meaning of SAC, but here is the, you can check. I give you the link. You can read this one. And for Angelo, you can also read this Info Finland. Info Finland. That fee. And also where you can apply for, where you can check TFA. When you have that, for example, working contract, you want to apply for student visa or you want to apply for tourists, you always go to the Finnish embassy. Finland embassy. In Manila, I think they have just opened a new one. So, Angelo, so here is the link for Info Finland. That's in English. You can read, there's a working in Finland, coming to abroad, and all kinds of stuff you need to know. You can search there. And if you need to go to check application for, before you go to the embassy, you can already print out application form, either tourist, student, or working permit, resident permit. Then you go to this www.migri.fi. Migri is the Finnish Foreign Affairs, immigration, I think, immigration, Finland immigration. There. And foreign affairs in Finland is Formin. .fi. Formin. Foreign Ministry, that's Formin. FI. So those are the link. You can check on those link. Formin and Migri, they have about the same, but the same information about coming to Finland. And you can already print out application forms, and you can check also the requirements there. And this Info Finland is not, it's not an official website, but it gives It gives info for foreigners wanting to move to Finland and who are already in Finland. There's really important information. I often check that website. And back to employees' rights, you have the right to join the trade union. So that means if your boss doesn't want you to, they don't have the right to say, to tell you not to join, because sometimes employer are a little bit scared if you are already in trade union. So they don't have the right to say no to if you want to join the trade union. And if you belong to the trade union, it says 1 to 2% only from your wage is taken out from. Yes, and this is also tax deductible. And with the trade union, you can participate training, you know, and leisure activities organized by the union. And then you have the right also to a healthy and safe working place or environment. It is your right to have that. So that should be comfortable for employee to work on, and that is safe. Mostly companies, they are always required to have for safety, like um, what's this, fire distinguisher. There should be and then first aid kit. There, it's always like required. Every company is required to have first aid kit, fire distinguisher, exit points in case of fire, um, separate toilets for the employees, and of course, if it's a restaurant, it's separate for the restaurant also. And then there are also cleaning cabinet. And what's your obligation as a employee to a company, or to your employer? So you have to perform your work carefully, so don't be so reckless. If you notice, if you work in the restaurant, for example, when you broke the dishes, they don't really actually let you pay. But always be careful. It doesn't mean that they don't let you pay, but you still have to be careful. Like for example, with the computers, for example, in your work, provide you, like when you are working as IT, then you have to be careful with that item what they provide you. If they provide you with uniform, be careful also with that. Um, Also be punctual and follow the agreed working hours. So never be late. It's better to be early, like 5 minutes early, than to be, don't go there like in the exact time. And so if you need to change a uniform, then go there 15, 20 minutes early to change your new uniform. And by the time the working time start, you are already fully dressed with your uniform. And then follow the instruction of the manager, and if you don't understand, ask. Always ask if it's not clear to you, or ask your what's that, colleague, if you didn't understand. Avoid doing activities which compete with those employer. So for example, do not don't if you're working for this company, uh, Don't go to another same company and, you know, and share secrets there. And it's it is your obligation to keep trade secrets. For example, if you're working restaurants or in other company, don't never don't take their recipes. It's their trade secret. Or the papers, don't share it with anyone else. So now, thank you everyone for coming, and I'm gonna stop now because I'm going to um, school tomorrow. I'm actually studying media course, and I'm still in my fourth month of 2 to 3 years. So that's what I'm studying right now, because um, life is difficult here in the countryside. As So I'm trying to think out of the box. So I wish you good night, and thank you for coming, and God bless you. And please subscribe to my channel, to Life with Joy. And if you want to come by next time, please join me. I will try maybe summertime to do live, and maybe I will be more confident, and maybe I'll try to be ready with my um, live chat. I'll just call it live chat. It's just like an info chat, informal chat. But thank you, and God bless you all. Good night. Love you all. God, thank you, Jessa, and thank you, Angelo, and thank you, everyone. Thank you also, Eliza. Good night. I hope it's helpful. God bless.